snackablementalhealth.ca. We're still with Zach Owen here at the acupuncture and cupping and massage practice, and we're reaching the end of the practice. He has just performed some cupping on me, and we're going to get him to discuss cupping for a little while. He's using things like mugwort as a therapeutic vehicle, and we're back with talking to Zach Owen. So Zach, we are recording. What are we doing? We were just talking about money for about 15 minutes and stocks and bonds and gold and Bitcoin and all that stuff. We're kind of sharing our God is my broker outlook, which is, by the way, an amazing book. I forget who wrote it, but it's called God is my broker. It'll take you to some places that you haven't thought of about money. So what are we doing with cupping? Right now he's kind of massaging my back. I'm on my face in a little donut.
So right now, again, I'm palpating your meridians, palpating your muscles. I'm just trying to find out where there are imbalances. And I notice historically and now, as we cup your shoulders, we get a very dark cupping mark coming up. And what that signifies is blood stagnation in that area, and there could be various reasons for that. We can get into that a little bit later, but right now what I want to focus on is actually improving the blood flow and circulation of your shoulders. So some people call them bruises, and they kind of look like bruises when cupping mark comes up. They can be various colors, and oftentimes they're a dark like red or purple, which is what we're seeing on your shoulders right now. And the reason for it coming up is because there's stagnant blood, deoxygenated blood, that contains cellular waste products, which are essentially toxins to you at this point. It gets trapped in the muscle tissue. And what we're doing is we're allowing space for that blood to come up towards the surface of your skin, so your body's better able to metabolize it. And that also allows room for fresh blood to flow into that muscle tissue. And one of the big differences between bruises and cupping marks, even though they kind of look similar, bruises are when a blood vessel breaks and blood leaks out underneath the skin. And it always forms in a regular shape because it's a liquid. With cupping marks, it's a circle with a definitive line because the cups are a circle, and it's contained within that area. There's no broken blood vessels. Now, every now and then, people with delicate blood vessels, there will be a little bit of bruising or broken blood vessels, but it's fairly rare, and it's also not particularly harmful, but we don't really like to see that. It's not the point of cupping to create bruising. Cupping marks can be the point. So as we're drawing this dark color out from your shoulders, it's showing us that there's some kind of chronic condition that's creating blood stagnation. So we're getting that blood moving again, and we're allowing fresh blood to perfuse into that tissue.
Unbelievable the amount of rebornness or regenerated I feel when I go through one of these treatments. Cupping is something I believe in wholeheartedly. We've been doing this for how many years now? 3?
Good question.
Yeah.
I think it's more than 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I think time got a little bit weird with COVID.
Yeah, I see Zach about, yeah, that's true. It's been a long time actually.
Yeah.
I see Zach about every 2 to 3 months for this kind of treatment. And mental health wise, it really helps clarity, and it helps, I can't say enough about cupping. The first time I saw it used was on swimmer Mike Phelps.
That was the first introduction for a lot of people.
Yeah, seeing he'd take his shirt off and jump in the pool, and he had all these weird dots all over his back. And I was like, that's gotta be helpful for some reason. I figured out what it was right away, and I was like, wow, I'd like to try that. I'm no Olympian, of course, but yeah, cupping.
I just want to say one of the things before we turn it off.
Yeah.
The form of cupping that I'm using right now is called fire cupping, which is a traditional form of it.
That's it.
So I'm using glass cups. I'm inserting a flame inside the cup, which heats the air. And as I put the cup on the skin, the air cools down within about a second. And the cooling effect of the air it condenses the air and it pulls the skin up inside the cup. That's how it works. Now, what Brandon feels is not super heated. It doesn't feel very hot to him. But please describe your experience with it.
Have you ever played with a vacuum cleaner?
Yes.
Every kid has played with a vacuum cleaner. And you can give yourself a hickey with a vacuum cleaner. Or, have you ever had a hickey? If you get a hickey from your wife and they suck on your neck or a part of your body, that's what cupping feels like. But it's much more therapeutic than that, and a lot less embarrassing.
And do you notice a difference between like when the cup is first applied and then after like a minute or a couple of minutes?
When you take it off, the alleviation you feel, it lasts for days. It's like a freedom of some sort.
It's freeing your fascial tissue.
Yes.
Do you notice that when we first apply it, there's like a little bit of warmth and maybe a slight pinching sensation?
There are levels of pain, but there's a pain pleasure threshold sensation there. Yeah, a strong sensation, but it's like the complete balance between pain and pleasure.
Oh, cool.
In my opinion, Snackable Mental Health. Yeah, I know, I'm a little bit mucusy. I'm getting all of my toxins out of me. So that was cupping with Zach, and we look forward to more meetings with Zach. He's going to be a recurring guest on the show, and all of the recordings will be recorded in his practice, and we're going to give you guys more education on what he does with cupping, acupuncture, and massage. Thanks so much. Snackable Mental Health.